All right, hey, this is Act 2 of the podcast. We're getting right back into it. If you missed Act 1, go back and listen to that thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to make any sense. Okay, see ya. To anally rape a 15-year-old, because, you know, it's obviously not a real 15-year-old boy. It's these decoys that these dumb fucks start to communicate with.
Could have avoided by not coming over here to anally rape a 15-year-old boy, DeAndre. That's how you would avoid it, but it's too late for that.
You keep forcing that word. You keep forcing that word on me.
I'm not forcing that word. I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you what the law is.
I wasn't aware.
You're a grown man, DeAndre.
I'm a grown man, and I was not fully aware of the laws of the state of Louisiana when I came.
It's the same where you came from, too.
You're right.
There's no state where you can have sex with a 15-year-old boy or girl.
Right.
This is required viewing. Holy shit. My God. Various comments. Nick says, all right, it's probably going to piss her off, but she knows the drill. Amanda says it's no big deal because he didn't actually do anything. All right. Now, I honestly don't think, I can't speak for Amanda, so we would have to say, do you think this is a big deal? I'm assuming she would say, yes, this is a big deal. I'm not going to put words into Amanda's mouth. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put anything into Amanda's mouth. Rebecca says Chris Hansen uncensored. Maureen says go Chris Hansen. Murder Lover Linda says so he can call them sick fucks. Alan says, is it like those guys that beat up the pedos when they catch them? Now, I haven't seen that. That's awesome. I don't think Chris Hansen is going to go that far. Maybe there is a level on his network where, yeah, there's, you know, you get your ass kicked the second you walk out the door. You know, it's kind of like you could say, look, I'm going to give you two choices. If you're Chris Hansen, think about this. You could amp it up this way. We're either going to call the cops or you agree to take a beating right now. Get off the porch, Holmes. Second reference to that film in probably 5 days. You know, you get to choose. You can sign off on the thorough ass kicking or you have the cops here. A reference here. Don't tell Chris Hansen about Mr. Pop Pop's pool and paint shed. That is part of a kind of like a trend here on the show, and not a good one. The idea that I am, in fact, a sexual predator who traffics children and molests kids, which is not true. And I get, you know, another opportunity for the audience to say something horrible about me. These sick fucks that patronize this show and try to make my life difficult. What the hell is wrong with you people? Megan says maybe they have to go to jail in order for it to be quote unquote okay because they're quote unquote sorry and definitely didn't ever have those thoughts again. Look, I don't want to be on the receiving end of Amanda announcing on the Patreon on Ben and Eric that she was ready to quit the show. And I don't understand why what did I do? I didn't do anything. All I did during the show and tell moment when she was showing pictures of Grandpa was said, oh, wow, okay, and made a couple of jokes, and then that was the end of it. So I don't understand why I was on the verge of being, like, you know, thrown under the bus. God damn. I'm getting various written word impressions of dearest Amanda, and I can't do the impression. Hey, Eric. No, wait a minute. That's from Megan. Hey, Eric, can you delete this whole episode? Sorry. Tofa says, hey, I'm going to quit the show, Grandpa, with only a little molesty. Hey. Look, don't quit on me. I need you. I don't know if you've noticed, but over the years, there have been a lot of people that have quit me. And I can't have you quitting me. You know I love you. You're a peak performer when it comes to content. You've given me so much. You sent me that video the other day of that amazing, animation of what happens when semen is swallowed. We talked about that on the Patreon. You'd be surprised how much she helps move things along on this show. So you all can just back off. Rebecca says, Eric, I can't do the impression, then proceeds to do the impression. Yeah, it worked out. It wasn't that bad. The U.S. hockey player, women's hockey player, that would be Hillary Knight. She is speaking after the fact about when Trump called the men's hockey team and he said, I got to invite the women or else I'll get impeached, which he did do. Now, all I can assume is that he knew that they hated him in the first place. Like, if he knew that they liked him, I don't think he would have been a dickhead. I really enjoyed watching the women beat Canada. I don't have anything negative to say about the women's Olympic hockey team. And even if I did, I'd keep it to myself. I don't want to be that guy, with some horrible misogynistic bent. I mean, that's not me. I don't roll that way. About as far as I'll go is talk about how terrible drivers you are. And that's just a fact. I mean, you're just going to have to accept that. But this is awful, what he did. I didn't like that at all. And you know what I didn't like? I didn't like how the men kind of like laughed at the joke, the men's Olympic hockey team. I wish that they would have just been quiet and not but they were caught up in the moment, so I guess they get a pass. But it would have been awesome if he made that kind of flippant remark about the women's team, and they went, yeah, we love them. It sounds like you don't, or something like that. But guys are stupid. Here she is, Hillary Knight, commenting about Trump's comment.
No, I just thought the joke was distasteful and unfortunate. And I think, just the way women are represented, it's a great teaching point to really shine light on how women should be championed for their amazing feats. And now I have to sort of sit, and anybody has to sit in front of you and explain someone else's behavior. It's not my responsibility.
I think she should have said, it's a teaching moment to show you that Trump's a piece of shit. That's all she needed to say.
So,
I wish she would have said that.
But what is shifting the focus and shifting the narrative of this amazing accomplishment that we all did together. And granted, the men's and the women's team did it together, and that is super special. It's never been done in our program's history. It's something we're extremely proud about. But these women are amazing, and whatever is going on shouldn't never outshine or minimize their work and our success on the world stage. This was the best American women's hockey team, the best American team we've ever put together on a world stage when the lights have been the brightest ever. And so I think everybody felt that, going through the tournament. And I want to celebrate. I want people to be remembered for that. I want the legacy of this team to be remembered. And so that's what I'm trying to, shift the narrative on and really focus in championing what we've done and what we've accomplished the last 2.5 weeks together.
Yeah, I don't think that Trump diminishes anything with that comment. Team was awesome. Team was great. Represented the country. I'm a fan. But I think he's just an idiot, okay? He's just a fucking idiot. That's all there is to it. What an asshole. Starman is here. Where is the Olympic highlight? Well, I don't even. I know that word, and I know it's a sport. Red Bull Brain Chris says Trump does not say distasteful things. Silly broad. Okay, can you give me a little bit more clarification on that comment? What are you saying to me? Are you being sarcastic? What are you? I'm lost. Help me out on this one. You get benefit of the doubt always. Piano Finger Banger says, did someone ask her how the cargo hold on Spirit Air was while the dudes are all flying on private jets? Red Bull Brain Chris says sarcasm, of course. Well, you gotta, okay, old man, you need to write /S. You can't just write that. I don't know what everybody thinks. I don't assume anything, dickhead. I thought we knew the rules that if you write that in sarcasm, it's /S. Isn't that what the kids do? If I know, you should. Well, maybe you shouldn't know because you're old as fuck too. Stevie says the bros in the chat are loud today, huh? I don't know what you mean either. Is anybody being rude? I don't think there is anybody being rude. Maybe Birch Barlow. It's like women thinking cheerleading is a sport, and then he says, ha ha, sarcasm. Okay, everybody's being sarcastic. Yeah, that would have been a fucking great move, in my opinion, if Trump, instead of just, it was his tone. If he would have just said, yeah, man, the women, equally awesome. Can't wait to have everybody. Just that one little tweak. You can still be the cocksucker that you are, an asshole that you are, and do that. Which, by the way, I got to get this clip of Trump. Union stand for Americans.
Grab some canes, check out my new album, and come join me on Cloud 9.
Yeah, we will. We will. Thank you. Appreciate you. This is a moment from the State of the Union. Okay, this is the one. Okay, got it. Sorry. I thought this was like game, set, match for Trump. This one did a lot.
We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you. As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them...
The faces of the Democratic lawmakers being uncomfortable is probably one of my favorite things. It's just hysterical to see.
Quite happy.
You know I don't stand one way or the other on politics.
Actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting
That guy has fucked up eyes. He looks like Kash Patel.
Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate and also nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but the union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe.
This guy's sleeping.
So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
So he's saying stand up if you want to support American citizens over illegal aliens. And only half the chamber stand. So basically, it's like all these people is a great example of, he said, stand up if you support American citizens over illegal aliens, whatever the fuck. And these people don't stand. So essentially what he's doing there is illustrating that they don't. It's a great play. It's a fantastic play. Now, I know better. I know that there's more nuance to that statement. You can't just say that and expect them to go, yeah. But it's really good. This is effective. And he's using words and their motives to topple them, and the world is seeing it. Look at that smug ass face. Now he's waving at all the people that aren't standing. It's not that simple. Oh no. That's a guy, I think he was an astronaut and his wife got shot in the head.
You should be ashamed. Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, that's fucking brutal. Mark Kelly is the guy. Cole says they hate Trump so much they can't agree with something simple like that. Literally the one job government should have. Yeah, but if they stand up after that, I know better, but the average moron like you doesn't. Cole says he's basically an insult comic. Tova says, yeah, he's super cool. Our government is such a joke. Clap for the tangerine, you fucking drones. Look. Black Belt Nick says he didn't say they could support others, just their first duty is to citizens. Yeah, I agree with that too. But they would have to, it would be, I think, weird if they did stand. I get why they didn't stand. I would say that was, that doesn't hurt them in any way if they don't stand. But all it's going to do is reinforce to the average Joe that, oh, they're evil. They should be ashamed of themselves. You know, it's politics. It is politics. Donut Dan says if you watch the entire thing, they did stand up a few times, maybe 5, but even then it was only 90% of them. Yeah, like they stood up when Trump said Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Everybody stood up. Tofa says their first duty was to be for Trump. Otherwise, they're traitors and need to be executed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if they feel that way. Maybe, but I doubt it. All right. I'm going to take a quick break. I've got a whole lot more, and I'm just so glad to be with you guys. I'm not going to lie. When I started this show, I was like, boy, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I just don't know if I'm going to make it. My brain is not with it. I'm running probably at 55%. But thanks for just being here. I appreciate you guys. I'll be right back. All right, I apologize. If I get a phone call, I gotta bail. I gotta dip. I'm expecting to hear. I have not one, not two, but 3 attorneys that I need to hear from regarding this nonsense that I am completely in the dark about. Why in the world am I being paid by the hillbilly plaintiff to discuss whatever, I don't know what about, between these two hillbillies, hillbilly plaintiff and hillbilly defendant? This seems absurd, and add that to the list of stressors right now with dog dying and dad circling the fucking drain, motherfucker. Very upsetting. Cole says you are an that's C-O-L-E. Cole in Colorado Springs says you are an expert witness. Nick says, are these hillbillies from buy your hard living line property? No. I don't want to say a lot about it because it's just not a good idea. I just want it to end as quickly as possible. But I'm sure at some point I'll be able to discuss it with you. All right. Next thing on the agenda. Dan Bongino. Hold on a second. Bruce! Hi, Darla. Hi, honey. Wasn't this guy did a radio show and ultra conservative, I think. I don't know. I've never heard him talk. I don't know anything about this guy. I just know that he was on Wood Radio in town here, and a lot of conservative people love this guy. And I think he was I know for a fact he was part of Trump's cabinet. I don't know what his position was. So do any of you know what and then he resigned. Let's see. American, he's 51 years old. He was a cop. He was the director of the FBI. So does that mean, isn't Kash Patel the director of the FBI? He also has run for public office. Deputy director of the FBI. Okay. And then he left, right? Didn't he leave his job? He's no longer. He announced via Twitter he would be stepping down as deputy director of the FBI in January 2026. Well, he's in the news now because he went scorched earth on Trump So I think that means if you liked him, you have to hate him now, right? Isn't that how that works? If you like Dan Bongino, but then says something bad about Trump, you then hate Dan Bongino, right? Even if you've liked him all the way up to that point. Dan Bongino goes scorched earth on Trump for protecting pedophiles and tells them all to burn in hell. Oh, then it says, just kidding. Okay, this is my bad. All right, I didn't read far enough. That's kind of embarrassing. Just kidding. He's enraged over Erica Kirk. Imagine if he actually had this type of energy when it comes to saving our country. All right, I fucked up.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You demonic fucking scum.
What's wrong with Erica Kirk?
For as much as I hate what just happened, I wish ill on no one, and everyone should restrain their emotions from the other side because they are not on our side. Everyone. Once you go down the road of violence, there's no turning back. There's always someone stronger than you, man.
I don't know if you can follow up all of whatever that was with this.
Always. There's a whole lot of people stronger than me. But I'm sorry if the language distracts from you, but I can think of no other New York way to say it than fuck you, motherfuckers. You deserve to feel the little licks of the flames of hell on every inch of your body. Fuck you. If there's an afterlife, oh, and I believe there is. I believe in the second creation. I don't pretend to be the judge and jury, but I know you're not in it.
Wait, what the fuck? I'm so confused. He's enraged over Erica Kirk. He is? Well, all he did was say fuck you a few times. And what's wrong with Erica Kirk? Why does everybody hate her all of a sudden? I think it was weird because Charlie Kirk died, and then every time there was like any type of camera on her, she wasn't like sobbing. So they're like, oh, she's happy he's dead. You know, people handle grief in different ways. If somebody gets brutally massacred the way Charlie Kirk was massacred, I mean, God knows what's going on in the head of Erica Kirk. I don't understand why anybody would take a run at her. Maybe I'm missing something, but the right, there's a lot of people in the right that are kind of falling over themselves to hate on this chick. Who's that one chick who's really cute from Barbados, but she's a psychopath? She keeps talking that the French prime minister's wife is a dude. What is her name? God damn it. Candace something. Candace Martin. Candyland. Candace Taylor. It's Candace something. Owens, that's the chick. She hates Erica Kirk. God damn. What a bunch of animals. Bread Bull Brain Chris says there's so many conspiracies going on about Erica Kirk. Bread Bull Brain Chris says about Dan Bongino, what an odd haircut. Everything about Dan Bongino is off-putting. From the line beard to the way his head is just, I don't know, something about the shape of his head. He reminds me of that cartoon character Chicken Little with that head shape and those eyes. I mean, those are dead fucking eyes. I am so glad this guy is no longer a cop. He's got okay, look at the studio. This is nice. He's got the Dan Bongino show. He's got the American flag. He's got another American flag. He's got some type of stand for the platform Rumble. That's where all the right-wing fuckers go. He's got a police badge. Appears to be a bunch of books here or something. I'm not sure what this is. These are leather-bound books, and that looks to be a gavel that you might like order, and you hit the gavel. God, he's got knickknacks all over the fucking place. I could never have like knickknacks behind me. I think I got a few back there, but I don't even know. Two of them are those ducks that you put on Jeeps. They're going to go in the garbage. They've got like Detroit Lions logos on them. Jim Brady sent me those, and those are getting pitched. Love you, Jim. I also have an old coffee mug from the Rift days, and that's a candle. When the dog shits in here, I can use that, and that's about it. And I don't even like that. I put that shelf up there on my own. I stained that, and I put it on my own. Put it up there, and I had a flag up there. And then I realized, what the fuck am I doing here? Who am I, Dan Bongino? And it was a folded flag that I think flew. I don't even know where it flew. Fucking Tommy Brand brought it over one time. I got you this flag. It flew over the state house. Yeah, thanks. It makes it seem like I'm patriotic. And honestly, I don't want any type of preconceived notions about me. Because if I have an American flag up behind me, people are going to come in here and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, he's a psychopath right-winger. Because that is the way it is these days. And I didn't make that happen. You made that happen. All right? It's the dickheads who drive around my neighborhood in their piece of shit trucks with a goddamn flag behind them, and they go, woo! And I'm like, oh, shit, you're ruining the American flag, you asshole. Starman says, send me the ducks if you want. I have a friend in England who collects them, putting together a package for her now. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to send them to you. And when I say send them to you, what I mean is I'm going to throw them away. Piano Fingerbanger says, personally, I'm a big fan of the drywall patches. It's a nice touch. You know, I don't like those drywall patches. I don't like that I had to kick in the door 5 years ago and never repair it. I don't like any of that. But it's all about priorities. And right now, getting this room to look like a normal room is not really on my priority list. Starman says, I'll send a self-addressed stamped envelope. No way. Not doing it. Because that would require me to actually grab them, put them in, seal it, and drop it off or put it in the mailbox. And I don't have the time to walk out to the mailbox. I have enough on my plate right now. I don't want to be worried about sending stupid-ass ducks in the mail. And you should tell whoever your friend is in England that they're stupid for collecting stupid ducks. Tyler says, at this point, this jank room is part of the show. Whatever. I need more room, frankly. Donut Dan says, nobody wants loser Lions ducks. Now, I know you know how to spell the word loser, Dan. So I want you to type it out now how you think it should be spelled, because I'm telling you, what you just wrote to me is the word loose. Okay? And I think that when I see that, if I am involved with anybody in a text exchange or an email, and when they want to write lose, they write loose, I immediately wish death upon them. All right? It's one of my biggest pet peeves when people take loose and replace the word lose with loose. I'm like, what the fuck? That is the written equivalent of saying supposedly. I don't claim to be that bright, but you got to end that habit. Hopefully that was just a typo. I know you're smarter than that, you ding-dong. Bread Bull Brain Chris says immediately knock 20 points off the IQ whenever a dick face uses loose instead of lose. All right, Dan Bongino's a psychopath. This is Steven Crowder. He is another right-wing wacko. And I know Steven Crowder from brutalizing Dave Landau. And everybody hates this guy, Steven Crowder. Because of him, we have Charlie Kirk. This dude's still doing his show, and I haven't watched this yet, but he says, what do you think would happen if we went into a Muslim bakery and asked for a gay wedding cake? No need to wonder, we did it for you. All right, I want to see it. I'm actually interested in it. But I hear this guy is just a total asshole. Like, nobody likes this guy. But I want to see what he does here.
What do you think would happen if we went into a Muslim bakery and asked for a gay wedding cake? No need to wonder, we did it for you.
I don't know that anybody's wondering that. So where I grew up, a couple cities over, this is massive, massive Middle Eastern population.
What's really important is getting the picture and the writing. So it's going to be me and Benny. Well, you have pictures there.
No, on the machine, you have in Kroger.
In Kroger?
Yeah.
Like the grocery store?
No.
Where you would tell me to go somewhere across the street. And I wanted to say Ben and Steven forever on the top. And then on the bottom, it'll say, same-sex, legal now, congratulations. But everyone keeps sending me somewhere else. They said, this is what you do here.
No, I don't want it.
It just seems weird that you send me okay, well, let's even say no picture, but you can write on it, Ben loves Steven forever, and have our hands maybe holding.
No.
But we want at least the writing, So, groom and groom. Yeah. There's two grooms.
Wedding?
Yeah, a wedding.
What is the wedding?
Wedding is for two people getting married.
Okay, so he's like, where is the outrage? Well, A, it's you, so nobody really gives a shit. And I understand his point. How often have we heard about stories where, I think there was a couple things in the news where, what was the other angle of this? Where Christians said, no, we don't want to make the gay wedding cake because it goes against our religious beliefs. And the Muslims are doing the exact same thing. All right? The difference is nobody gives a shit because Muslims will kill you. I know for me, if I'm a gay guy and I go there and they say, no, I'm just going to leave. and I will just take their advice and go to Kroger. They will kill me in an instant. And I think most people realize that. So maybe that has something to do with it. You don't want to fuck with Muslims. Piano Finger Banger says there's so much great food in Dearborn. Well, the people are great. It's absolutely outstanding. I think we're kind of past that, though, where nobody really gives a shit. I mean, we've been there, done that, where people get pissed off about cakes and who's making what and who's not making what. We've already been there. No one really gives a shit anymore. So that's kind of a stupid bit. We got to talk about, and this was sent to me, and thank you to Aaron. He writes, Stephen Hawking slayed Poon with Epstein. And I think that's true. This is not photoshopped. This is from the latest Epstein dump. There's a picture of this breathing corpse. Stephen Hawking with a couple of hot chicks in bikinis having drinks. This is from back in 2006. Now, I didn't know that Stephen Hawking was involved with Epstein. This is the first I've ever heard of this. Alan says, can you imagine saying you got sexually abused by Stephen Hawking? David says, is that real or AI? It is 100% real. Tophus says, I'd be like, how? Donut Dan says, come on, what is he supposed to do? Walk away? Poor guy had to be set up. Well, he had to get to the island. And he had to say, yeah, let's go. Well, he didn't say anything. He just, you know how it was with him. Yeah, I don't know. How would you like to be, who were the let's just say that these women are, because the family says that they're his caretakers. That these women are the caretakers of him. Now, I don't believe that. I believe that these are trafficked women. But you got to, I mean, can you imagine who's drawing the short straw on this one? God damn, can you imagine on the to-do list, there's probably a dry erase board as to who is going to be hanging out with who or having sex with who. And Natalie and Veronica here get stuck with Stephen Hawking. Maybe that's actually good because there's very little chance that anything sexual could happen with this thing. Tophus said, this is so odd. Yeah, everything involved. It was always odd with Stephen Hawking. You know, he had early onset ALS. He got it he was in his 20s. It's just horrible. And he had it 50 years before he died. Finally. God. All right, so, yeah, this is just a horrible image. You're right. Everything about Hawking is weird. You know, when they flew him into space and they were they got that zero gravity moment. They were hitting him through the zero gravity like a beach ball. Oh, that was awful. We should probably pull that up. Stephen Hawking in space.
Greetings, Captain Kirk. As
and how?
To space. 2007 flight. I took a flight on the. I took a flight on the Vomit Comet in 2007 to experience zero gravity. This is the training astronauts have. Since then, I have been waiting for Virgin Galactic.
Me too.
I will be one of the first passengers if my doctors allow me to go.
No, I'm not doing it. To me, he's not even able to communicate. It's just some other guy, the wizard behind the curtain, typing shit out. Bread Bull Brain Chris says, listening to a speak and spell talk dirty to you. How about the idea that were we really that much, considering where we are right now, he didn't die that long ago. Why was everything so robotic then? Why couldn't they have at least had a better sounding way to, produce his messages? It didn't sound like that. All right, this is a great piece of video. I can't wait to share this with you. You got these dudes are in a work truck, and they're having lunch. And there was just moments earlier an Amber Alert, and I guess the nanny stole a little kid, kidnapped her. And the alert went out, and these dudes happened to be eating their lunch while they're parked. And they're like, hey, that Amber Alert, that's that chick getting out of the truck with that little kid going in to get something to eat at the convenience store. That looks like the description that they said. And these two guys spring into action. And I love this. This is fantastic. Moving crew helps rescue missing 3-year-old after seeing Amber Alert suspect in parking lot. All right, you can barely hear it. I apologize. This guy says, should I block them? These two are now going in. So the nanny with the little girl, and the little girl, she looks to be like 3. So she doesn't know any better. Driver of this truck says, you're going to call the cops or what?
Call the cops or what? He's on the phone with the cops right now.
So they are calling the cops. This guy's eating his sandwich.
For the Amber Alert, the cops will be here quick. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I'm about to get the license plate.
I'm about to get the license plate. I'm just going to go block them in, stop in front of them so I can get it. So now this guy is driving over. Let me write it down. It's a Texas plate. The little girl acted like she knew her, though. They said on the news it's her now they got somebody on the phone. That kidnapped little girl, did she have braids? I didn't see. It's a match. License plate is a match. They said, no, you can't braid a little girl's hair that quickly, especially a white woman talking from experience. Oh, my God, that's her. Is it really? Yeah, that's her. It looks like her.
That's exactly what she looks like.
So these dudes on their break saved the day. I don't know if fucking cops should have been here already.
Go look, walk past and look at her.
God, that's awesome. I wish I saw more of this. Get her reaction when she comes out. But yeah, they ended up saving the day on this deal. Hang on a second. I got a text. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. I'm going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, I did just get a text. It's wrecking my brain. I apologize. Everything is fine as far as I know, but I am gonna wrap this up. So sorry again about the abrupt ending of the show, but I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.